Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of the Professor's Picks alongside in the co-captain's chair, wearing his Sons of Ra t-shirt,
Weird Sons of
Mr. Ken
Rock.
Golden.
Hey, what's happening, guys?
So,
So, uh, yeah, yeah. Streets next Friday, and I am going to be setting up a listening party for Thursday on our Bandcamp page, which is lasersedge.bandcamp.com, for Thursday at 7 o'clock. So I was just instructed. They said, "Can I set it up?" And yeah, I'll set it up. So you can hear the album in advance, and you can buy it, and we think it's pretty fun.
you should probably send me the link and we'll put that down in the comments below as well as the list of everything that we're going to show today.
We'll
So
do it. We'll
folks
do
will
it.
check that out. Really
Uh,
good band. Really good band.
there's a lot of stuff going on. You can see boxes behind me. A lot of that is stuff I'm holding out for next week because the website. If you happen to look at the front of the website, man, we have so much stuff up there now. It's crazy. I had to
I'm
add
going to do that right now.
Pete, I had to add an extra row, and and the problem with that is, I mean, it's great stuff, but when you have so much stuff up there, a lot of great titles get lost. People have a tendency to look at the very top and maybe something that's in the middle of the stack or towards the bottom. They don't quite, might evade them or something. But yeah, pay attention to everything that's up there. It's all good, and there'll be there'll be even more next week. We got a big shipment in from Japan, and I'm gonna have some crazy, crazy Japanese shit next week. And I'll at the very end, I'll tease you all with one thing next at the very, very end. So before we go through the new releases for the week, a couple of things I want to touch on. First thing, people are asking me about tariffs. I'm already getting emails from distributors about tariffs. Nobody knows what's going on. So at this point, nobody knows how it's going to impact us, and are prices going to go up? I have a feeling prices are going to go up. Do I know that for a fact? I don't. And prices go up anyway because when we're importing goods from Europe, we're subject to uh, from exchange rates. Dollar went down today. Will it go back tomorrow, next week? I don't know. I'm not going to get political or anything like that. I'm not happy about it. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm 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 just a country doctor, Jim. And so there's that because I'm getting emails. And as I said, I've already gotten two emails from distributors this morning, basically saying, we don't know what's going to go on. And this is the imports that we have in stock. Maybe you want to get them now. So we'll see. My next bitch fest. It's not really a bitch, but I have to talk about the pre-order situation for IQ vinyl. We were expecting to have the IQ orange vinyl this week. We were told it was going to ship out to us on Monday. It didn't. And when we contacted the label yesterday, we got an auto reply that they're closed until February 15th. And somebody on Progressive Ears pointed out that they're all attending Cruise to the Edge. Makes perfect sense. So please, if you pre-ordered IQ, please don't email me. Please don't call me. When we have it, ship it. In the meantime, I've taken it off the website because we're almost maxed out for our allotment, and I don't know that I could get beyond what I've already pre-ordered. So that's it. Don't nudge me about it. Just wait. All right, that's my bitch fest today. So,
That's just for the vinyl, or is that both vinyl and CD?
I sold out. I sold out of the CD. I had so people have an understanding. We pre-sold, I think it was 110 copies, which is not bad. I brought in 200 copies. I've sold out. I have more on order. They were supposed to come with the vinyl. So, and I expect that they will, and I expect we will have the vinyl. I just can't say when I'm going to have them in my hands. So, and when we get them,
Please save one for me when you get the CDs in.
I promise I will. And I assure everybody, the day they come in, That's the day they go out. So I want nothing makes me happier than to make room, get stuff out of here, get paid, and move on to the next thing.
Yep.
So there you go. So as soon as I can, I will. All right, let me get the pre-orders out of the way. There's two. We have two from Nightingale. Inside Out is running this program, doing all these Nightingale reissues. This is the Breathing Shadow. It arrives as a 2 CD, and this one is the Closing Chronicles, also 2 CD, also, of course, vinyl. Breathing Shadow, and each one of these comes with a bonus second disc with demos and live tracks, unreleased tracks. Breathing Shadow comes out June 6th. Closing Chronicles comes out August 8th. And I will tell you all again, order them separately. If you order them together, you're not going to see the Breathing Shadow until after the Closing Chronicles comes out. We do not split up pre-orders. So separate. Thank you. Okay, let's get on to the regular stuff. We got some good ones. Yeah, well, Pete, you and I, we did that really nice ECM show, which got, I think, some pretty good attention.
Yeah.
A lot of eyeballs, and frankly, more than I was anticipated.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I mean, for a jazz show, but it was it's a great label. So this is one of the best releases that ever came out on the label. John Abercrombie, Timeless. It's simply the trio: John Abercrombie, Jan Hammer, and Jack DeJohnette. And man, with that great ECM sound, Abercrombie's killing on this thing. Jan Hammer's concentrating on organ. He does play some synthesizer, some piano, and he's fantastic. Jack DeJohnette is Jack DeJohnette. That's Gateway.
Just got this the other last week.
You know what? One of my friends said to me, "Do you have Gateway?" Yeah, that's what Dave Holland on bass.
I have two of the three of them now. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, this is Abercrombie, Holland, and DeJohnette. And first one, 1975. It's really good.
So somebody said, "Oh, you don't have Gateway?" I'm like, "No, I don't have Gateway." So I ordered from somebody in Germany. So the vinyl, I got the vinyl. So yeah, that's crazy. Dave Holland, oh my God, and Abercrombie, he's like going crazy on that album.
Nuts, yeah. Yeah.
He goes nuts. Same thing with Timeless. I mean, Timeless, it's very coherent. Don't get me wrong. It's just, but these three guys, these are three masters, and they're just blasting away, and it's fantastic. And you get that great ECM sound. I love it. It's one of the best. If you don't have it, you need to have it. It's a Stone album. Okay, next. This is actually a restock. I forgot that we had this in stock at some point. Esoteric. It had gone out of print. Esoteric repressed it. This is the one album, the one and done from Armageddon, which was Keith Relf, Louis Sinamo, Martin Pugh, and Bobby Caldwell. So Keith Relf was originally in the Yardbirds. Then he formed Renaissance along with Louis Sinamo, who's the bass player on here. Martin Pugh was from Steamhammer, and Bobby Caldwell was from Captain Beyond. The Martin Pugh, he's also going crazy on this album. It's a fantastic album. It's hard rock, but with a very, very strong progressive element to it. Great album. And then, Keith Relf electrocuted himself. I think he was playing electric guitar, right? And he was like standing in a puddle at home or something like that.
Water, yep.
And he killed himself. So, so this is their one and done. You might, the vinyl, you come across it in the used bins frequently, but Esoteric did a nice job with it. Okay, we got in, I think I talked about this last week, I tipped people off. We got in the 4 Camel sets that Esoteric did. We have Mirage, Move Madness, Nude, and we have Pressure Points. Each one arrives as a 2 CD Blu-ray set. So you get the original mix with some bonus material, demos, alternate mixes, things like that. You get the Steven Taylor 2024 or 2023 remix. And then you get the Blu-ray with the high resolution audio. In the case of Pressure Points, it's a live album, and years ago it was released on DVD. You get the video as well. So that's a nice. They come in a clamshell. I showed it last week. They come in a clamshell box. So very nicely done. Oh, also from the Cherry Red family, Crimson Glory, the Roadrunner years. So Crimson Glory, when did the first album come out? Do you remember?
85, maybe 86, 85, maybe. Yeah.
Band led by the mysteriously masked Midnight.
Yep.
And so we got here, you got three albums. You got Crimson Glory, you get Transcendence and Strange and Beautiful. And they throw a couple of bonus tracks in there. And Transcendence was the one, you know. Strange and Beautiful.
Yeah. Transcendence is the first album is very immediate and I don't, it's just like traditional metal, power metal. This Transcendence is like their prog metal album, and then the third album is like a Led Zeppelin album. So it's each album is very different from each other, but they're all three of them are really good for what they are.
So the story with Midnight, he used to wear a mask, and then Jim he showed up for Prog Power, right? Drunk.
Yeah.
He he became an attendee at Prog Power, special guest.
He actually sat down and signed autographs with Wuthering
Yeah,
Heights.
right. That's right. They had him sit down with Wuthering Heights at the signing table, and he was signing Wuthering Heights CDs for no reason other than the fact that he passed away. He passed away.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Great singer, really good singer.
Now,
Really good band, very talented. The guitar playing was off the charts good.
Yeah, they were good. And Transcendence is that's one of the classic original.
They have a new album coming out, I believe, this year, and they just played down at Hell's Heroes, and I heard they were spectacular. New singer is really good. So
Yeah, what's Wade is he's not there anymore, right? The guy who replaced. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I remember I haven't listened to Transcendence in years. I remember it being very kind of Queensryche, you know.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. All right. Uh, for Chuck Alvarez, one of his favorite bands, Family, anyway. So this is with Roger Chapman on vocals. To me, Roger sounds like a goat, but uh, not they're not my cup of tea. They're progressive, some great guitar work. I'm just not a fan of Roger's vocals. Some people don't mind him. Uh, Typical esoteric, archival kind of thing. You get a second CD with all BBC radio sessions from 1970, John Peel, what have you. So, that's esoteric. That's their forte. They dig into the archives and they come up with some great stuff. Next, we got Fractal Universe, The Great Filters. Canadian, I guess they're from Quebec, technical death metal. So, not my area of interest. I like the technical aspect. The death metal aspect, not so much. But if you're a fan, hey. Okay, so this is interesting. This is a kind of like a reunion EP from Happy Family, Japanese band, and it's a collaboration between Cuneiform Records and Disc Union in Japan. So I think it's 4 tracks or so, maybe 6 tracks. And Happy Family, Japanese band. How would you describe them? I mean, it's kind of a tough band to describe.
it's kind of like this weird mix of like noisy Mahavishnu and noisy King Crimson.
Yeah, but very listenable.
Not for everybody.
No, but pretty listenable. I mean, they're not like crazy or anything like that. So not too crazy, at least. Maybe a little crazy, but
At times, yeah.
No. Yeah, so
Good band, really good band.
So the next band I'm gonna totally spooge over, because I think this band is monumental. I've got 2 releases in from the Slovenian band Moonlight Sky. So one of my regular customers, Bill Mills, tipped me off to this. Bill likes fusion, and he asked me if I knew Moonlight Sky, and I never heard of this band before. And I think they're incredible. So here's the story with these guys. They've made 5 albums, and first 2 albums really were progressive rock with some jazz rock fusion influences. But then the singer left, or they kicked the singer out. I don't know what the backstory is, but the singer was gone. They became a trio, and they became the Moonlight Sky trio. And I have it over here. It's called Changing Parameters, and that's when they started to transition full on to fusion. There's like one vocal track at the end. Not a bad album in and of itself, but you could see where these guys were going. For their fourth album, called The Four, they became a quartet. They added Jan Sever on keyboards, and that that has now been supplanted with their newest album, which is called Confusion. This is like this is just like the most lethal fusion. The guitar player, gentleman named Miha Petrick, this guy's insane, right? If you go online, you watch video, he's playing an acoustic with the piezo pickups, right? And then
Playing an
he's
Ovation acoustic, and he's got like distortion on it and all these effects, and he's wailing away, and he's playing with his fingers like this, and I've never heard anything like or seen anything like it before.
unbelievable. And he starts out like on one of the tracks where the first it's an 11-minute tune. This is on The Four. He starts out playing like basically like it seems like a flamenco guitar,
Yeah, yeah.
and then he switches into electric, and then he just starts blazing away on the electric. It's it's wild, but they're all great musicians. The rhythm section's fantastic. The bass player is like a monster. Keyboardist, excellent. And man, it's melodic. It's to me, and it has that Eastern European flavor in the songwriting. So it's like a bit like I don't know if anybody remembers Lebi Soul, and Lebi Soul was great. Well, then it was Yugoslavia, a great Yugoslavian band. And please, if don't take offense because I said Yugoslavia, somebody's going to correct me in the comments and tell me exactly which if they were Serbian or Croatian or whatever, I don't remember. And but it's like to me, it's like Lebi Soul meets. I hear more like Return to Forever than I do Mahavishnu, but to my ears. But man, if you like fusion, you don't have a choice. You have to own these 2 albums. They're unreal.
You got two set aside for me, so
I have one of each for you, Pete. I
yeah.
promise. And I got a bunch of them. I kind of cleaned the band out. I don't know if there's more at the label. Uh, it's a problem I'd like to have if I have to restock. I know the earlier ones, they were basically sold out. So I just focused on the 2 most recent albums. If you go online, if you go on YouTube, there's like a full length concert, pro shot concert, and there are other video clips you can watch. These guys are crazy, crazy, crazy good. And if you're a fusion fan, you got to have these records in your collection. Okay, next. This is. Oh, do you have this? Smith. Oh, you want?
I need one. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Smith Kotzen, Adrian Smith, and Richie Kotzen, Black Light, White Noise. So you have the guitarist from Iron Maiden hooking up with Winery Dogs, Richie Kotzen, and hard rock. I mean, it's
First album is really good.
yeah. I mean, I listened to a track this morning. It's very good, straight ahead hard rock. Kotzen. He has. I'm not a connoisseur, Richie Kotzen, I know, but to me, he has more of like a bluesy kind of a feel to his playing.
Got kind of like a bluesy, soulful Chris Cornell type of vocal
Yeah.
style. It's really
So
good. And Adrian's a really good singer too. They both sing. So
yeah,
it's
yeah. And so anyway, so we've got that now. I will and one less because one's going to Pete. This was a restock also. I forgot that this was another one like the Armageddon that had gone out of print, and Cherry Red repressed it. Soft Machine, we got it's called the Harvest Years. We got Bundles, Softs, and Alive and Well in Paris. I don't think there's any bonus material on there, but It's good price to have those three classic albums where they were using a guitarist, and you got Holdsworth,
Oh,
Etheridge. Yeah, so those are three good albums. So it's a nice way to get them. Okay, English band Solstice. They've been around forever. This was called Clan. Andy Glass, I believe, is the main guy in the band, and they like violin. They use a lot of violin, female vocalist and female backing vocalist. Andy's also on vocals. There's a bit of a folk element to it, but it's folk tinged symphonic prog, so it's good stuff.
yeah, I haven't heard this one yet, but I reviewed their last two, and they're quite good.
Yeah, they've been around. I remember them from
Yeah, they
way.
came out with Marillion and IQ and all those bands. That's very important. Yeah.
They never got the attention of those bands.
No, they're like the least known of all of that little movement there, but still, but good stuff.
Yeah, they were the most different, probably.
Yeah.
So they're a little quirky. Okay, Tangerine Dream, Poland. Again, this is another one that had been out of print for quite a while. Double CD. This is sort of classic period. Tangerine Dream, 1982, I think. Yeah, Edgar Froese, Chris Franke, and Johann Schmoling. So double live CD. You like Tangerine Dream? You can't go wrong with this. It's classic. Okay, that's that. I'm not going to restocks. Just there's so much, guys. Go to the front of the site and poke around because we've just been restocking stuff. I don't even have a room to put it up there. You got to go look. All right, let's run through the vinyl and then we'll get the hell out of here. Jason Beeler got his vinyl for the Escapologist, and he was gracious enough to send us autographed copies. Next, we have Drosselbart. I forgot this last week. So Drosselbart is a very rare German album, which was it a brain release? I think was it a brain release? I think it was a brain release. And they sang in German, and they were like a psychedelic hard rock band, and pretty rare, and always notable for the worms coming out of the earth and coming out of the planet. So, all right, the next one is another Biodie, Moonlight Sky, without question. If you're going to ask me what's a Biodie, Moonlight Sky without question. And for those of you brave enough to buy a vinyl only release, the new one from Hooffoot, it's called Phantom Limb. So Hooffoot is a Swedish ensemble, and they all instrumental. They draw from different influences. You get some Soft Machine. Oh God, you get maybe a little Canterbury, definitely Mahavishnu Orchestra, Krautrock. It's all, and maybe Embryo. It's all kind of thrown into a stew, all instrumental, 4 long tracks. Their third album, they've made 3 for 3. They just made 3 incredible albums, and it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. If you can stomach the fact that you can't have it on CD, then if you can live with it, just yeah, you got to have it. It's fantastic. Last we have the Lewis Express and Chip Wickham Duha. So this is one of those rare times where I'm offering out a jazz piece, and I brought this in because I love Chip Wickham. Chip Wickham is a flautist, jazz flautist, and he was part of Matthew Halsell's ensemble. And Matthew Halsell is a great British trumpeter who does sort of spiritual jazz in the 70s style. And Chip was part of that ensemble, and he's put out a number of solo albums. I believe he kind of migrated to, I think he migrated to Spain. I think he lives in Spain. And his solo albums are brilliant. And this is a collaboration. Where do I have it? Right here. He did it with the Lewis Express. And the guys behind the Lewis Express are the guys who run this label, ATA Records. And one of the main reasons I brought this in is because I'm a crazy audiophile, and this was recorded live, direct to 2-inch analog tape. ATA Records is all things analog, And so it's going to be killer sounding. Uh, kind of, it's a little loungy, but it's like soul jazz. It's concentrating on flute and piano, kind of thing like maybe you'd hear in a club like late at night. And it's there's not like incredible fireworks. This is not that kind of an album. It's more laid back, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun listen. So decided, yeah, what the hell? We'll bring in some copies and we'll see what happens.
Chris Canzonere is going to want that because you know he's on that flute kick, right?
Sure. Oh, sure. So now I'm going to tease you all for next week. So next week we're going to have Keyboard Prince Apocalypse. You remember Gerard?
Oh yeah.
So the keyboard, they were very much like a sort of like an ELP, heavy keyboard dominated band led by Toshio Agawa. He was the keyboard player. Well, Toshio Agawa hooked up with the keyboard player from Galnerius, and Galnerius is like the number one metal band in Japan now. So it's the two keyboard players, all instrumental, just going absolutely wild.
Wow.
And so I've got two versions of it next week. I've got the standard version and the deluxe version, which comes with video. And they're going to be expensive. Japanese imports are always expensive. So save your pennies. And it's going to be worth it. So I've listened to it in advance. And actually, it's no secret. It's up on Spotify. It's on the streaming services. You can listen to it in advance. But these two guys are keyboard shredders, and they go to town. So it's just full on prog, and
I remember back in the day, where we're talking like early mid 90s, when everybody was going nuts for like Gerard and Ars Nova. Those were like the two crazy keyboard bands coming out of Japan that everybody was like, "Whoa, listen to that keyboard craziness," right? So I haven't heard
there
of
was
Gerard. I probably still have some Gerard stuff. I haven't
there was
listened in a million
there
years.
was, there was a difference between those two bands. Guys from Gerard could really play. You know, Ars Nova, but they were to me, Ars Nova was more of a novelty act. But you
Everybody
know,
loved them for a while, though.
well, of course, you had three cute Japanese girls up there trying their best. Uh, Gerard, though, they were pretty lethal. And Toshio Agawa, man, that guy could really play. So anyway, so we've got I see there's boxes here, got all kinds of craziness. Japanese bands, European bands. We'll be we'll be doling it out next week. And but in order to do that, you guys have to buy the stuff that's up there now to make room, so I could because I got no place to put them on the front of the website. So please do your best, clean me out before the prices go up because of the tariffs. So so
And
that's
speaking of stuff that you see on the website that I don't remember you talking about this. I see that Sonny Rollins' original album Classics 5 CD set.
yeah. I didn't mention that. I got that, and I got a Charles Mingus.
Yeah, I
So
have the Mingus one. Yeah, the Rollins one I don't have though. I'm kind of like, oof.
yeah, I didn't. Those that's part of that original album classic series, and I
There's a
didn't.
lot. They've released a lot of those with these classic jazz guys in recent years that have like
Yes.
all the Blue Note albums and some of the Columbia albums and things. I mean, those sets are invaluable,
Yep.
especially when this stuff is out of print. It's like,
I got it. Yeah, the Sonny Rollins. Let's see. It has the bridge, which is phenomenal. Our Man in Jazz. What's new? The standard Rollins and Sonny Rollins and Company. I mean, $21 and you're getting five classics.
yeah.
Uh, and we also got a Thelonious Monk, which has Straight No Chaser, Underground, Crisscross, Monk's Dream, and Solo Monk.
The Monk
So
set is fantastic because those are just absolutely essential albums.
I wasn't going to mention them only because I got a handful. So, but and if they sell, hell, I could restock them pretty easily. So, yeah. And actually, all those original album classics, we're getting better prices on them now than we've had in the past. That may change because I was bringing them in from Germany. I don't know what's going to happen. So, but yeah. So, yeah, just like I keep telling people, man, poke around. There's a lot of good stuff. I see like Yawning Bouch, you reviewed the Yawning Bouch. It's like, don't let this stuff slip past you just because it's not in the first row at the top of the page. There's, that stuff is up there for a reason. It's all excellent stuff. So that new Flame Drop is still, it's great. Keep selling. Jadis, a lot of good stuff up there now. So and there'll be more next week.
Cool.
So that's what we got.
There you have it, everybody. So we'll put the link. Well, lasercd.com is the link. We'll put the entire list down below in the comments. We'll also include the link to the Sons of Rob Bandcamp listening party, so you guys can go check that out as well. So there'll be a lot in the comments, folks. So just go look down there. All the stuff will be there. So check it out, and happy shopping. And remember,
Buy a lot, buy often, particularly this week.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because we got a barrage coming next week. So help Ken clean off the shelves, and
yeah. Oh, yeah. They just shipped me the new glass hammer, so we'll have that next week too.
Oh, cool. Very good.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited. I should be getting my copy any day now. If it's usually Steve's pretty good about getting one to me right around the same time, they're floating out to guys like you. So,
There you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and we're working on some other cool stuff that's in transit. We'll leave it at that.
Cool. All right. So there you have everybody. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together, all the damn time. Happy shopping. And what do we got coming up this weekend? I drew a blank for a second. I'm like, what am I supposed to say next? We have 4 Fusion Friday tonight. Speaking of fusion, we talked a lot about fusion in this episode. Well, got more fusion tonight. Join myself and Eric Porter and George Lamette and Louis Nasser, who's our special guest for this month, and talking about some classic fusion stuff. And tomorrow is the UK Connection, and Sunday ranking the albums, and then Monday Hudson Valley Squares, and Tuesday in the prog seat. So we got like a lot coming over the next couple of days. So stay tuned. Please don't miss prog seat. We got a fun show talking about some Dutch bands, pretty under the radar bands for the most part. So for those of you who like to hear more about the obscure stuff, this is the episode for you. So don't miss it.
I'll be doing my homework this weekend.
Yeah, I got to get caught up on mine too. I've had a lot of homework this week. This week is ridiculous. It's way too much homework. I shouldn't have this much homework, Ken, but it's the way it works out, right?
Tough job. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, someone's got to do it, right? So, all right, everybody. For Ken Golden, I'm Pete Pardo. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next week here on the Professor's Picks. Take care.
Right.